and that if the anti-corruption agencies go after anybody, I'm not going to try and influence them to drop any investigation against anybody.
You know, corruption is one of the biggest problems that we are having as Africans. In fact, because of democracy in Sika, was saying Juan Kokase or Conforsico. You know, John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic, has stated it emphatically clear, say, under the previous government, not just a 1 year investigation creating me for Semasa, a Juma Radio Jai. Don't even investigate at all to even come out with a solution. So now the president, as someone catch Ghana for now, say rest assured, under his government, he's not going to disturb anyone. And I say any anti-corruption agency, no, all how will be a name will be able to juma. But so we are now pointing as a way the Uber Sika there, and I see a betcha or no John Dramani Mahama, then sign the movie. Here is the BJ show with Boat in your sign. Do want to subscribe, share the link, tell others about the BJ show, and the next thing is you do want to leave a comment. Please remember to like the video as well. Yente John Dramani Mahama.
In the last election, and we came up strongly and said that if we won the election, we were going to take up the fight against corruption and the issue of accountability of public officers. We're going to take it up very strongly. And so it was a commitment we made to the people of Ghana. And we launched a program called Operation Recover All the Loot. It was a very popular program with Ghanaians, and anywhere you speak and you mention oral, I mean, the applause and the response you get was very overwhelming. So it shows that it's an issue that Ghanaians are very concerned about. And of course, the fight against corruption must be important because the ordinary people realize that the more the political elite steal, the more fewer resources are available for the most important things like healthcare, like education, and so on and so forth. So I said last year before the election that this probably was going to be the last opportunity for us as the political leaders of this country to show Ghanaians that yes, we can have a democratic government that is accountable and that takes the fight against corruption seriously. And so since 7th January, we've been involved in a strong fight against corruption. We've published a code of conduct for political appointees, very stringent code of conduct. And we're going to have an orientation. I think Professor Dodo and the Chief of Staff have asked them to do an orientation for all our office holders, including our Chief Executive Officers and deputies and political appointees, to take them through the code of conduct so that they understand what is expected of them. One of the major problems that was affecting our fight against corruption was political interference. The anti-corruption agencies were not allowed to do their duty without being interfered with by the political elite. And there was a clear case in point when the special prosecutor came and said that the president had called him and asked him to stop a certain investigation, and the Minister of Finance had gone to his house to try to influence him to stop the investigation into the Ajapa, we call it the Ajapa deal. And so clearly, I mean, in the past there was an effort to interfere with the fight against corruption and restrain some of the anti-corruption agencies from doing their work. I have told the public and assured my Attorney General and Minister of Justice that I'm not going to interfere in their work, and that if the anti-corruption agencies go after anybody, I'm not going to try and influence them to drop any investigation against anybody, both for those who served in the previous regime, many cases of which we are currently investigating. We set up the oral committee. It identified 33 cases, and it was handed over to the Attorney General, and he's created special investigative teams to investigate each of them.
So that's the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, as some of the two Ghana for anymore. But we pray that under him, be any election is a Ghani, Yani, with the corruption and course on it, was even this time around. nya afi ne be na jai no yimi na madam for hey wasi wudi agro obedem. Here is the BJ show. Do well to subscribe, share the link, tell others about the BJ show, and the next thing is you do well to leave a comment.